Hello everyone and welcome to the garage. Today I'm going to be working on this project right here and hopefully getting the heads off of this motor. So if you don't know what this is, which there's no reason you should, this is a 1950 Cadillac Series 6.2 and this here is the engine out of it. It's a 331 cubic inch V8. V8 means that there's 8 pistons here and they're lined up in a V formation like that. So crankshaft is in here, and behind this plate there's a camshaft. The camshaft operates valves. These are called valves underneath here. This is a rocker arm. This is the intake port. Down here you'll see the exhaust port, spark plugs. And the goal here is to take this guy off, which is the head. It houses the valves and these springs and the rockers. So that's going to be the goal for today. And I'll narrate some parts of this as we go along, but maybe there'll be parts of silence where I'm deep in thought. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, the tool of choice for today is going to be this for now, and we're gonna need some of this spray. It's a penetrating catalyst, so that'll make it a bit easier to take some of these bolts off. We're gonna start with this side, obviously. And hopefully going to get both of these off, but I'm not sure how long it's going to take. This is my first time doing this project, but I have some knowledge of what's going on here. Never taken apart an engine before, but it'll be a learning process for everyone involved. How about that? I'm going to just let this spray soak in here for a little bit. I think I missed a few here. So I guess while we wait, I could tell you a little bit more about what I've already done so far. You can see there used to be something here that's called the intake manifold. It is actually right here, big piece of metal. And on top of this sits the carburetor, which is this guy. And he's connected to the fuel. And so the air and the fuel comes in here and it gets mixed. And if you push the throttle, mixes more, puts in more air, more fuel, you go faster. Kind of the idea. I also took off these guys. Nice, and they say Cadillac on them. That's the covers that were like that. As well as there's the pulley right here that came off of the crankshaft. And here is the water pump, which, it connects to the pulley and the generator. And then this guy pumps coolant through the ports on the engine. So in here is the coolant, and underneath is where the oil sits. And that goes up through the oil pump and lubricates everything, pretty much. So I think I've let the penetrating fluid sit there long enough, so I guess we'll get started. And this might be a little bit more torque than I imagine. Oh my god. we'll get a different tool. Okay, what is this guy? 11/16. There you go. Oh god, that should help. Oh. Okay. Oh my God, it moves the whole thing. Stay. You can see it's not easy. Okay. Let's use the open end here. Oh my God. So these are all torque spec down, which means that there's a certain amount of force used to tighten these bolts. And obviously, I'm not able to generate that force at the moment. Oh my God. Need some bigger gloves maybe. I hurt my hands a little. Put some gloves on. Okay. Okay. As you can imagine, there's a significant amount of force on these bolts because they're pretty much holding these huge springs down. Okay, should be able to use this guy now. Come on. I got another tool. It might make this a little easier. Nope, wrong one. There you go. We'll load this guy up. I know this isn't an impact socket, but it's also from Harbor Freight, so we won't be too worried about that. All right, look at these guys. Interesting. Get some of these towels. Wipe the oil off. Look at these. Big bolt. Go ahead. Okay. Let's see. So that one. I like to try and organize the stuff on that pan, the magnetic pan, as I go along, and just kind of take a look at the hardware. Sometimes the bolts are different sizes and stuff. So these all look like they're pretty much the same. and let's see, they will fit in my bag. I'm just gonna bag them up so I know what they're for. Okay. So now, I guess we're gonna need this guy again. Whew. Oh yes. Let's take this out. Okay, so here's a rocker arm assembly. So these little push rods, they push up onto this little divot here, and then this side here pushes down on the lobes of the springs, and well, on the lobes of this little rod pretty much, and then that pushes the valve down and the spring pushes the thing back up, and the push rods go down to the camshaft, which has its own, like, you know, weirdly shaped lobes on it, and those pretty much dictate what position the valves are going to be in. You'll see a little bit more detail in a bit. So not sure where I'm gonna put this guy here. How about in this box? Gotta set that box up for the pistons at some point, but we'll do that for the valves for now. And let's get the push rods out. Look at these guys. Somehow some paint on that one. Weird. Okay. Lay these guys down over here somewhere. And we'll continue. So these are going to be actually the bolts that are holding this head down, and I believe there's going to be a lot of pressure on those. So we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah. Whew. I'm going to do a couple on this side because I believe there's a torque pattern on these in order to get the force distributed. Excuse me? That one's a different size. Oh my god. Tight. Right, need a glove on that hand. That one's also a different size. Come on. Whew. Okay. Let me get the other size of wrench here. Should be this. Looks right. All right. Sorry for the groaning, but this does take quite a bit of force. Okay. And we're gonna get the tray, bring it up here, because I do not want to lose track of where these are positioned. I'm sure they're gonna be very different in size. So far, looks to be the same. Oops. Well, those are about the same, so it doesn't matter. Excuse me? Oh, guess I didn't loosen that one. Happens. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get the other size of socket, which was 5/8. Where are you? Okay. Whew, some oil came out. Weird. So, oh, okay. Felt like it wasn't magnetic for a second, but I think it is. Very slightly magnetic. So, just taking a look at all these guys. And I think that's all of them. I'm gonna move the tray. Okay. And now, hey, let me get back there. And now we should be able to lift this thing up, and it's gonna be very heavy. So let me line up a place to put it down. Put this away over here. Just gonna put it on this table here for now. All right, let's get ready. All right, might need a little mallet or something. Woo! Not sure if that side's loose yet. Okay, I think it's just this side now. Okay, looks pretty loose. It's just the oil gauge thingy. Chuck that over here on my pile. And you can tell there's some water seeping down, so it's gonna be a mess, but let's do it. Oh man, that is heavy. Woo! There she goes. All right. Gonna be a good cleanup for me, but bucket. It's all the way over there. Whatever. So this is the gasket. Look at this guy. Pistons, cylinders. How exciting. Man. I don't know what that is. This thing is nice and crusty. Look at all that. All right, let's take a look at the cylinder, or the cylinder head itself. As you can see, these are the spark plugs right there. Let me get a pointing tool. So that's the tip of the spark plug, and these are the valves. So looking on the other side, each one of those is covered by a spring. And this little rod in the middle is connected to that. So whenever the engine is in a certain position, it'll open the exhaust, or not really sure which one's which, but it'll open the exhaust, and the exhaust gas will come out during the exhaust phase, and it'll open the intake one, and the air and fuel mixture will go in there during the intake, and that will, make it ready for an explosion, which is how the vehicle is powered. Whew. This is very interesting. Whew, man, I guess it's time to clean up now. All right, thank you guys for watching this. I spent a few more minutes admiring the results of my work, and I guess this will be the outro. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'm gonna do the other side now, and I'm sure there'll be some more similar content to come. All right, thank you, bye-bye.